Hey there, it's CJ Willie and I'm cracking a pack. Today is pack number 7 in my science project of cracking a 1990 top Cello box. Check out my preview video for the explanation on how the science project will test the theory to see if I can build a complete set from a Cello box. I've added the link to my 1990 top Cello box preview video in the description below. With all the packs that I crack, I will share my thoughts and memories about some of the players' cards. After I've cracked the pack, I'm going to choose the best card of the pack. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a rookie, superstar, or Hall of Famer. It can be something goofy about the player or maybe the card. It could be something interesting that I remembered about the player, or it could just be some memory I had of the player from way back in the day. Okay, we are now to pack number 7. So let's grab it out of the box here. Move that off screen. Okay, pack number 7. Still looking for a few of the chase cards. Thus far, if you check out my earlier videos, you'll see that we've already hit a couple of the chase rookie cards. Still looking for like Sammy Sosa, Bernie Williams, Larry Walker. So far, the gum has come out really nice out of these packs. No gum stains. And the one thing I like about Cello packs is you don't have to deal with the annoying wax pack stains as well. Okay, let's get it started off with Carmen Castillo. He spent a number of time early on in his career with the Indians before moving on to the Twins. Mainly kind of a pinch hitter, backup outfielder. Mike Stanton. He spent quite a long career as a left-handed reliever. Not to be confused with a Mike Stanton that pitched earlier in the major leagues, a right-handed pitcher that spent some time with the Mariners, or Mike Stanton before he went by Giancarlo Stanton with the Marlins. This Mike Stanton was a lefty reliever, specialized, getting left-handed hitters out, spent some time as a closer, and had a pretty good big league career. Mike Fetters came up as a reliever with the Angels. I just remember him pitching. He was a somewhat chubby guy. He had a really funny facial kind of grimace when he was pitching, and a really distinct kind of. He wouldn't look at the catcher before his pitch. He'd go into the windup and then he would quickly move his head to the side and stare down the pitcher. So if you want to check it on YouTube, I think there's some videos showing his unique from the stretch delivery. Bob Kipper came up initially as a starting pitcher and then spent quite a bit of time as a reliever. Record breaker. I think this is our first record breaker card we've seen thus far. Rickey Henderson. What was he a record breaker in? Oh, he connected for his 40th career leadoff home run. I'd forgotten that. Kyle Abbott, number 1 draft pick by the Angels, had somewhat of a short career. Not to be confused with Jim Abbott. Curt Schilling, early card of a pitcher who I think deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I know he said some controversial things from a political standpoint, but he was a money postseason pitcher and had pretty close to the same amount of career wins as Pedro Martinez. I think Curt Schilling shouldn't have had to wait this long to be voted into the Hall of Fame. I think he'll probably make it this upcoming year. John Franco, Mets and then Reds career closer. He's another guy that's kind of interesting. He didn't get much way in Hall of Fame love, but he did rack up quite a few career saves. I tend to think he probably is not a Hall of Famer, but if you look at his career in comparison to Billy Wagner, there's a lot of similarities. Billy Wagner, though, had a phenomenal strikeout rate and was a pretty stop, closer. And so I don't know. They're similar. I think Billy Wagner deserves to be in. I'm kind of on the fence with John Franco. Terry Leach, submarine relief pitcher. Tony Gwynn, All-Star, Hall of Famer. Tony Gwynn, one of the best hitters in the 80s and 90s. Unfortunately passed away too early from cancer. Randy Velarde spent a number of times as a backup, and then later on in his career got a little bit of power. Kind of wonder if the steroids were in the mix there. Rod Nichols, just journeyman pitcher. Carlton Fisk, this is the pack with record breakers and all-stars. So Hall of Fame catcher, Pudge Rodriguez. You know, we ripped off the nickname from Pudge Fisk. Carlton Fisk, one of my memories is just a little kid, his home run against the Reds in the 1976 World Series where he's jumping up and down, waving the home run to be fair. What a memory. Sid Bream. Sid Bream, the memory I have of him, Braves first baseman, scored the winning run to send the Braves into the World Series. I mean, I'm sitting there watching it, and he's chugging around the bases, running for all he's worth, and just the closest play ever. Could have gone either way. Could have been safe, could have been out. He got called safe. Braves go to the World Series. Record breaker. Oh, like I said, we had Ricky Henderson record breaker, Cal Ripken Jr. record breaker. He had his 8th straight 20 home run season. Here's the Topps Collector's Edition, the send-in glossies. You could send in for one of the 6 sets, I believe. Each set came with 10 cards. I really like these glossies. I thought when as a kid I would send them away and get them. They were pretty fun. Ernie Riles started out kind of with a bang with the Brewers and then was a career utility infielder. Derek Littlequist. Mike Schooler, closer for the Mariners. I think he's a high school gym teacher now. Luis Polonia really was, for the much of his career, kind of a speedy, defensive backup outfielder. He was part of, I believe, the original Ricky Henderson trade that sent Ricky Henderson to the Yankees and Luis Polonia to the A's. I believe he was part of the trade, and I might be wrong, that sent Ricky Henderson back to the A's and Luis Polonia to the Yankees. So kind of an interesting trade history there. Matt Noakes came out of the gate as a slugging catcher. Looked like he was going to be a long time fixture behind the plate for the Tigers. He hit home runs, but after a while he wasn't great defensively, and batting average just couldn't carry the home runs. Dennis Oil Can Boyd. Dennis Boyd, what a character. If you've got some time, look him up on Wikipedia and just kind of check out the story behind his career, and kind of just had a unique personality. Chuck Finley, starting pitcher. He's another one that had a lot of success. He spent a little bit of time in 2002 with the Cardinals. I always kind of liked Chuck Finley. He kind of had a unique delivery. Jim Corsi spent some time just as a middle innings reliever. Ken Hill, he was a Cardinal that he had 2 different stints with the Cardinals. He came up with a lot of promise, moved on to the Expos, was successful with the Expos, came back to the Cardinals, and just, I don't know. I was never a fan of his while he was on my Cardinals. Ken Griffey Jr. All right, this is a cool card. Second year card for Ken Griffey Jr. It's his first regular issue. He was part of the 1989 Topps traded set, and this would be his first regular base set issue. He's got the Topps Rookie Cup. A lot of people are saying that there's this, if you can see right here, they're calling it the Bloody Scar. Purportedly, there's a version out there that's been airbrushed. I don't know if that's true. I don't know that I've seen one that has been airbrushed. So if you have, maybe add a comment down in the comment section. Mike Gallego, pretty much a utility infielder for most of his career. Dickie Thon. Dickie Thon came up with the Astros, looked like he was going to have a steady career as an offensive shortstop. He got beamed, I believe, at the very start of the 1985 season in the face. Did some damage. He missed the rest of the season. Never came back as the same hitter, and pretty much spent the rest of his career as kind of off the bench, backup shortstop, second baseman. Joe Girardi. Most of us know Joe Girardi today as a successful manager. He wasn't the most successful as a catcher, pretty much a backup catcher, but he really refined his managerial chops over the career of sitting on the bench, and is known as a very cerebral manager. Johnny Ray spent many years with the Pirates as their starting second baseman, then moved on to the Angels. Next card is Gerald Perry. Gerald Perry came up and spent the vast majority of his career as a pinch hitter. If I remember correctly, like his first season, he had like a really crazy high batting average. Yeah, 359 in 83. Looked like he may turn out to be like the starting first baseman for the Braves, taking over for like Bob Horner. But as you can tell, spent most of his career as like a backup or a pinch hitter. Marty Barrett is our final card. Started with the second baseman with the Red Sox. Spent most of his career with the Red Sox. So, based upon the pack, what is my favorite or the best card out of the pack? So I think the best card out of the pack, I'm not going to go with the Griffey Jr. because that's, his first regular issue card. But for me, the best card out of this pack is going to be Mike Fetters. If you get a chance, I think you can go to YouTube, watch his unique delivery, and stare down. He's looking off toward third base, and then all of a sudden when he's ready to pitch, he just whips his head to the side and stares down at the catcher. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe and share. Until next time when I crack pack number 8 from my 1990 Top Cello box. Remember, this is for science.